Hey y'all, this is In the Making with the Soap Witch, and I don't know, I may just be changing the format of how I do them. I'm getting ready to make that new batch of soap that I said I didn't need, but I do need it. It's gonna be the Mocha Mint fragrance. I am reviving the Magic Personality. I did originally have a Magic Personality soap, but it was the... Like, I got it down here. Let me just look for it. It used to be Juicy Neroli. Neroli? Is that how you say that? You know, I'm always screwing up the names and stuff, but you know which one it is. But I decided to move that to the beard soap line, and so it got a different name. And so it's the Crisp and Clean over on the beard soap line. They don't get their own individual names like the soaps, like the regular bar soaps do. I did them the way I did like all the other products, where the whole group got a name, and then I just designate the fragrances. But I started out doing it with the bar soaps just because it was fun, like the regular original bar soaps, so I've just stuck with that. Anyway, so the Magic Personality name got lost, but that was always one of my favorite names and like little stories. So I didn't want to let it go. So this soap is getting that name. And I'm excited to be bringing both the name back and this new fragrance to the site. And I'm super excited about it because, y'all, it smells super good. Just amazing in the candles. That was where I first tested it out. And I'm just like, it's got to be a soap. Like, I can't sleep at night. I keep thinking about it. And I feel like when that happens, you just need to go ahead and do whatever it is. Anyway, I got to get all geared up because I don't soap like this. Safety first, all the precautions, all of my processes must be in place. So yeah, I'm gonna get geared up. I will probably have to do a voiceover when I add the lye because I got to put my whole mask on for, safety. You get all its fumes. Nobody wants that. You don't want to breathe that in. So after that, though, I may try to go back to just talking through it. You just want to see my face. You'll see what I'm doing. Okay, so here's the new experiments and trying new things, and hoping they don't blow up. Alright, for a quick voiceover, because I didn't want to bore you to death with watching me spend a whole bunch of time dumping oils in my crock pot. So the oils are in there, and now they're melted, and now I'm measuring out my water, and then I'm tossing in some sugar and some sodium lactate. Those are both used to help the soap become fluid or stay fluid and create a harder, better lather in the bar. Then I'm going super fast, aren't I? You saw me mix the lye in, mix the lye in with the water mixture, and then pour that water mixture into the oils, and then stick blend to create trace. Okay, so to trace like in 5 seconds, it was a couple minutes, and now I'm just waiting for the volcano to show up. That's like possibly my favorite part. With this process, it usually doesn't take very long at all. So I like to wait for the first volcano, and then after I get that, because it happens quick, like if I turn around too fast, this will be coming right out the pot. So I like to get the first one out the way, and then I go ahead and mix my colorants and pour my fragrance oils and stuff like that. Alright, so while I'm waiting for that to do its thing, I like to go ahead and put a little oil in my cups because I like to mix the colorants. See, it's trying to volcano again. So you can't trust it. I like to mix the colorant in a little bit of oil because I feel like it mixes. Yeah, I'm getting distracted because it's trying to volcano again. Sorry. It mixes in better with the colors. It mixes in better with the soap later. Look at that. Growing real fast. Did y'all see that? Didn't give me no time. There we go. Usually after the first volcano, it's real close to done. It looks like applesauce here. They call this the applesauce phase. I don't know. I guess people was hungry when they first started making soap like this or whatever. Because the last stage they call Vaseline. That's not food, but a lot of it's like for food, One of them kind of looks like pudding, like when it first reaches its trace. And you got this phase, it's the applesauce phase. It does look like applesauce, in their defense. Okay, so I just let this sit here. I'll let that marinate. It's going to be a minute before it tries to volcano again. I am going to keep a close eye on it, though, because you never know. It'll act a whole fool on you. Okay, I'm going to put this oil in here. I just put a little bit in there. Just enough to mix in with the oils comfortably. That looks about good to me. So I just pour a little bit of oil that I'm already using. In this case, it's the olive oil. And that's what I use to mix my colors. All right, this color is called Maniacal Pea. It's from Mad Micas. They're my favorite. What is this? 1/4 teaspoon. I'm gonna be here the rest of my life. Okay. And then after I dump it all in there, I just give it a little stir because I want it to be incorporated. And I don't got a whole lot of powdery chunks because I don't want them to be powdery chunks in the soap, you know. Not what I'm going for. It's real pretty, pearly. Okay. I got 1/2 tablespoon at first. That would have been bad. Okay. That's not the right color. That's glitter. This one's called Sexy Stranger on a Train, aka brown. I don't know why they give all their, I mean, I guess the same reason I do, never mind. I was gonna say, I don't know why they give all their color and silly names, but I mean, who am I to talk? Really, Soap Witch? All right. That is definitely one of the volcano. Okay. Volcanoing. When we get to the final stage, I like to go ahead and whisk it. And that is soap that's wanting to be done. I could just tell by the way it looks. Just over the time of doing it, you just know. You just know. We're getting real Vaseline here. My arm gets real tired. This is 10 pounds of soap. But yeah, this point I just stir it to completion because I be tired of waiting even though it hasn't been that long. Timer on my phone says 26 minutes. It honestly usually takes me about an hour, like once the oils melt. So I guess it's like 2 hours. So it takes about an hour for the oils to melt and then like another hour to actually cook the soap. I know it's weird cooking soap, but cook the soap and then do all the rest. Just get a little mashed potato-y. It's that kind of white look and it's wanting a volcano. It's like a loose mashed potato. Would you go back down? It's very mashed potato-y right now. But after I get this to calm down, it's gonna be Vaseline. Why did I do arms today? I knew I was doing this. It finally calmed down and went back in the pot. Thank you very much. That's the dangerous volcano. That's the one that if I let it go out of control, it's coming out the pot and there's nothing I can do about it. All right, we're looking like Vaseline here. Probably looks more like mashed potatoes up there, but it's definitely got that shiny Vaseline look. It's a loose Vaseline, not the thick stuff that my mom uses. So there's really no big fancy deal in using yogurt. It's just to help the soap be more fluid. And I use full fat Greek yogurt. It doesn't have to be full fat or Greek. Make sure that gets fully incorporated in there. Super Vaseline now. Make sure it's fully incorporated. I let it sit for a little bit and then I'm going to add my fragrance oil that I didn't measure. I'm not going to let it sit too long because it's already close to the temperature that I want it to be for pouring. Everything is going super well with this soap, guys. So you can see it already kind of getting a little bit more fluid there. Measure out my fragrance like I should have done before. Let's go. There's my Vaseline Stay Soap. Fragrance. Just dump that all in there. Then I'm going to stir that in there. Fully incorporated. Oh my God, it's already incredible. Okay, I gotta measure this out. It's 10 pounds. I plan to color 6 pounds brown and 4 pounds green. So I'm gonna measure that on my scale so it's about close to what I want. And lift this extra heavy pot and pour this in here. Just all the rest is gonna go in here. If it's my last container, I don't weigh it. I just put the rest in there. All right, now to add the colors. Give it one more quick stir and dump it in there. And then I give it a nice stir. I want to make sure all of the soap in this big, huge bucket gets color. Now for the pour. Just because I got a little OCD, I like to put all my soap on this side and then put all of my molds here. I'm just going to pour. I'm going to pour some brown and some green and then some more brown and soap until I'm out of stuff to pour. I just threw that in there, didn't I? All right, little brown. My goal here is not to make really some design, just to try to get these as even as possible. We're gonna go in with the hanger swirl. So it's really just a figure eight. as many times as I want. You don't do it as many times with cold processed soap. But with this soap, it needs more times because it's thicker. So it needs a little bit more movement to help it get that swirl in there. Okay. I like to take a metal chopstick and swirl the top. Just so it kind of looks like something. I don't push it far down into the soap. This is just for the top. You know what I gotta add next, right? For the fall soaps, I like to use this, what's it called? Rose gold glitter. Honestly, the rose gold glitter is really just my favorite. And I just want any excuse to use it. True story. So I just sprinkle some across the top. Maybe that's a little too much. Can you have too much glitter? Ask it for myself. I bet my mom would say no. Alrighty, so that's the final tops. I'm gonna let them freeze overnight and then I'm gonna take them out and cut them. Let's ooh and ah at that final look. Yeah, that's hot. Let's see what we get later. Alright, hopefully I can go ahead and cut this now. I did stuff a little different. I should stop doing stuff a little different. Usually I take it out the freezer. I immediately take it out the molds and let it sit and then I cut it. But I forgot that I do that. And so I just took it out and let them sit and thaw out. So, true story, I cut them while they were frozen one too many times and I broke my soap cutter. Not this soap cutter, the other one that I broke. And so I don't cut them frozen anymore. Also, the colors are muted when the soap is frozen, so it's less, ooh, ah factor when I cut it versus letting them thaw out. Okay, and I just kind of unceremoniously like dump it out of here. With these being silicone, I don't have to line them, so these pretty much come really clean. There's not a lot of soap residue left on the side. Cross fingers. When I slide this out of here, it won't just jack up my soap. So it's just falling right out of there, which is what you want. Yay to new processes. Little bits of soap that just kind of were on the side just fall off. I totally should wash my hands with these later just to see how well they lather, right? I'm gonna collect them. I'm gonna put this on the soap cutter and try not to damage it because it's still a little soft on the ends. So I just have my little tray set aside and then I put my soaps here and then I just carry them over to the other side of the basement without worry of dropping every single one on the floor and damaging them because nobody wants to ruin soap. Okay, so let's go. First cut. Oh yeah. I move this aside and just pick it up so they don't rub against each other. And then sometimes I'll kind of rub the ends, but that's the first one. Then after I make one cut, just take a trusty paper towel and wipe it because it's got a little soap residue left on it because these are still soft. I don't want that to like drag down the next bar. There we go. And I'm just gonna keep right on trucking.
Alrighty, so I actually had to pop in another voice over here because I forgot to actually speak while I was doing this little test here. So I reserved the little soap crumbles from the cut, like I had talked about a little earlier, and I just wanted to play around and because it's supposed to be fun, right? Play around and see if I could actually get some kind of lather out of these tiny bits of soap. So I just brought my little trusty bowl in here and then I just wet my hands and the little crumbles, and you can already see just after like 2 or 3 rubs of my hand that there is actually a decent lather going on, a decent amount of bubbles coming. So I just decided to go to town and just to see how much I could get out of lathering this little bit of soap. I don't even know if it's a quarter of a bar. It's like, I don't know, it's just some shavings left over, so it's just a tiny bit of soap that is creating even this much lather. And the fun fact about that is that soap only gets better as it ages, and this soap is like, it's 24 hours after I've made it, so it's a really good indicator of an excellent bar of soap, of course, to toot my own horn.
So I had a couple favorites. I was only gonna do one from each batch, but there was too many I liked. So it was this one. God, they smell so amazing. Okay, and I thought that one was awesome. What I love about soap is just that it's such a unique, like each bar is a unique creation in itself. So each one is really one of a kind. Pretty much no 2 bars look the same. My favorite, okay, I have a lot of favorite parts, but one of my favorite parts, I just thought that was like honorable mention. Cause look at it, like this cool thing it has happening on the side there. Okay. I love the cut so much because I finally get to see what each one looks like, because when you do the swirl, it's all like in the mold. So you have no idea what they're gonna look like when you cut them. Even if I make this same batch of soap again with the same colors and ingredients, those bars will all look unique. So I love it. It's one of my favorite things. And that's about it. These will darken up a little, like they'll settle into their full color probably about a week, and then I'll be taking photos. They'll be fully cured, and on the site, if I don't decide to keep them all for myself, because they smell amazing. Okay, so that's gonna be all for this time, and I'll see you on another In the Making with the Soap Witch.